Hey, we are back for day 3 of the 11 days of gratitude. So I'm excited to be here today, and I want you to know this series itself is evergreen. So whenever you need to build your own gratitude portal, whenever you need to get from where you are to where you're wanting to be, when you know that space is open for you, you just need to build the bridge, the portal, the gateway, whatever you want to call it. Know that this series is here for you. All right, so it is yesterday, day 2. We gave gratitude for your sweet life by celebrating mindfully. So hopefully you were able to celebrate mindfully. If not, go back, watch day 2. If you haven't watched day 1, watch day 1, right? It's all there. In the description is the playlist, right? So hopefully you were able to yesterday or in these last 24 hours indulge in a luxe treat of your choice. So if you don't know me, my name is Africa Arshield, and I help spiritually and socially conscious women create their soul-aligned lives. So let's get into day 3. So day 3, we're going to tangibly create our portal building materials. So what are the building materials we're using for this gratitude portal bridge, whatever you want to call it, right? And we're going to do that by transmuting our thoughts into things, right? And building on it daily. This will all make more sense in just a moment, okay? Because as we're doing this, what we're essentially doing, or what I'm teaching you how to do, is to gratitude stack. That's the name of the video, gratitude stacking. All right, so we're going to start by getting grounded and completely present, right? Yesterday we talked a lot about being in the present. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to get grounded and completely present. So we're going to do that by doing what's called a 4-part breath. I think that's the easiest way. This is perfect anytime you feel overwhelmed, when you're out and about or at work or whatever you're doing. If you feel overwhelmed, this 4-part breath will work wonders for you, right? So it always brings you back to the present because you are focusing on your breath. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a deep breath in for a count of 4. We're gonna hold it for a count of 4, and we're gonna release it for a count of 4, right? That's all it is. That's a 4-part breath. So that's all we're gonna do. So let's bring it in for a count of 4. Holding it for 4. And releasing it for 4. And what I'd like to do is do that a couple of times. So I'll just do the fingers counting for 4 for you. So let's do it one more time. Okay. What I tend to do is do that for about 30 seconds to a minute. It really helps bring me into the present moment. So I hope that I was able to bring you in the present moment too. And so what I'd like you to do is just to breathe normally. And in a moment, we're gonna do another 4-part breath. I'll do the numbers with my fingers. And you'll feel like a shimmer, a sparkle, a wave come over you. And during that time, I want you to sense a number. Like you may feel it, you may hear it, you may see it. So I want you to close down your eyes, which I guess will be hard to see my fingers. Close down your eyes. You can do the 4 count. It's just breathing evenly, right? And we're gonna do another 4-part breath, and I want you to see that number. See, hear, feel, sense it, however you're gonna do it, okay? Let's do that now. Feel that wave as we're breathing in, and as we're holding, seeing the number and releasing. Let's do this. All right. Whatever number you received, however you received it, right? Whatever number has bubbled up inside of you, write it down. In fact, I'd love to know what it is in the comments. So comment with your number below. We're gonna use it here in just a second. You're gonna see how. So whatever that number is, right? So the reason I want you to comment on it is it becomes a way of accountability, of commitment. So what are you committing to? We're gonna create a gratitude jar today. Remember I said we're gonna make this tangible. So the gratitude jar could be anything. It could be a mason jar. That's what I love to use, is an old mason jar. Or if you have spaghetti sauce or pickles or something like that and you still have the jar, use that jar. Clean it out, of course, and then use that jar. If you're like, I don't have anything like that, any can, any glass or plastic cup, like just a container, right? We're creating a gratitude jar. It can be any container you like. And this is what you're gonna do from now until the end of our 11 days together. Every day, whatever that number is, that's how many slips of paper filled out with what you're grateful for that day, you're going to place in the jar. So if your number was 5, you're gonna put 5 slips of paper in there, and each one filled out with different things you're grateful for that day. If your number was 100, guess what? You got 100 of those things to write out. And what's gonna happen is this is going to refocus your mind to look for things that are positive, to look for the joy in life, and to really ground in, anchor in that gratitude. So this is going to be really good practice for you. You're going to do it every day from now to the end of our 11 days. So you know what my gig is? You got 24 hours to get your gratitude jar together. Just go find something. It could be anything. As long as it's going to hold your little slips of paper. And it could be any paper. Like, we're not being fancy here. Whatever you have lying around, and you just write down everything that you're grateful for, right? And I usually use a pair of scissors, whatever you have, so that you have 5 or 100 or 10 or whatever your number was, okay? And you're doing that on a daily basis. It's really going to make gratitude very tangible for you. The other piece of this, right, because we're transmuting. So when you're transmuting, you're bringing two things together. So what else are we doing here? We're going to have next to your gratitude jar, wherever you have it, make sure it's someplace you can see it. And I'm not gonna lie, it's really cool to see it fill up. You're gonna find that it's gonna be really exciting for you to see your gratitude jar fill, and almost toward the end having trouble putting more in there, right? It's really exciting. Okay. So next to that gratitude jar, I want you to have something else. I want you to have something that is representative of the thing that is blossoming for you, of that thing you're building the portal toward, right? We talked about this on day 1. So whatever that thing is, something that's representative of it. So it could be a miniaturized version. It could be a rock you go get outside, and that is going to be representative, or a pine cone, acorn, like whatever, right? It can be something from outside. It can be something like a little statue that reminds you. Whatever it is, you're going to put that beside the gratitude jar. So every time you see it, you're putting essentially those two things together and creating your own gratitude, what I call gratitude block, because I see myself building an arched portal. You may think of it as a gratitude plank as they're transmuting together, and you're creating planks for your bridge, like whatever it is that you're building out. Maybe it's something you're building out of clay, so it's a gratitude blob. I forgot what they call those things with clay. You get the point. You're getting to build that out. And that's where that transmutation process happens, between what you're writing down, which does help to rewire your brain, by the way. That's why it works so well to make a gratitude jar. And having that physical object that represents where you're going next to it. Those two things transmute. So today, what is your mantra so that you can remember to do this every day? Gratitude is my path. Gratitude is my path. So I want you to go out, get your gratitude jar, get it set somewhere where you're going to see it every day and add to it easily. You know your number, so make sure to put in that many slips of paper with the different things you're grateful for that day. And I'm going to see you tomorrow for day 4. I'm really excited about day 4. I never know what's going to happen. Every morning I wake up and I meditate and I get the next step. So we are building this gratitude portal together. All right. Yes, James. Gratitude is my path. All right, guys, with that, I say peace, joy, love.